All right, guys, we've got Aaron Oating here on the show. He's going to walk us through a trade that he's taken, which is based off the Jerremy Newsome trading style, which he's also been on the show. And we've just finished doing a 40-minute interview with Aaron. We've done 3 interviews now, following him across the course of the year. I've got to say, the last interview is probably the most in-depth and useful for any trader out there to listen to, because you have got a year's experience, and that shows with what you're able to share on the show. So guys, if you're looking at trading stocks, and even if you're not trading stocks, and you're just trading, Forex or futures or anything like that, it's worthwhile listening to, because we go into some great mindset tips and tricks as well. So Aaron, without further ado, over to you to walk us through one of these trades that you took earlier this year, and show us how it's done.
So this is a trade on Wendy's, and this was a bullish gap and go. So we're looking at this October 10th to October 11th. This is we start with the daily. You start and you find your gap ups here, and you can obviously see the 10th to the 11th. You had this nice big chunky gap right there, and I think it opened right at 2094. So when it opened, it was way above everything. So the gap and go, the reason why you call it that is because yesterday on the 10th, we're pretending like it's the 11th today. So on the 10th, you had a nice red candle, which means there was a bunch of people going short. The shorts won yesterday. So when it gaps up, these guys are all hitting their stop losses. These guys are all losing money. They're all trying to get out. And so when the short gets out, he's going to start selling. He's going to be dumping shares in the market, and he's buying shares, which is going to raise the price. So you're waiting for those shorts to have to all of a sudden get stopped out. That's what you're looking for here. So then we'll flip over to the 5-minute. So that was yesterday. We gapped all the way up to there. We opened here. So it opens up. Obviously, most likely happen is a bunch of people who bought somewhere down here, they all making money, and they're all cashing in their profits. It's coming down. So we're still waiting for those shorts to start getting out. So then we see this is a 5-minute bar chart. So about here, we see all of a sudden it starts coming back up. So I got in. You can see the green and the red. So once it started to turn around, I bought in on, this is 5, 10, 15, 20. This is 25 minutes after market open. So I bought in on this bar right here once it kind of established a plateau level. I set my stop right below those bars, because if it goes underneath that, it's a good sign that it's just going to keep dropping. I caught it within this 5-minute bar when it pulled back to the top of that one, because as Jerremy goes, they always pull back. And as soon as it caught it, it just ran. Now, I sold here because this was the high. This is the high of the pre-market. This is where it opened at. So that looked like a good resistance level. And I was at a 2-to-1 win ratio. So you can see a 2.05 technically. So I got out, took the money and run. In retrospect, having talked to Jerremy about this, he would have recommended holding a little longer, because when you get a trade on these day trades that wins right away. So if it had just bobbled around here for about 20 minutes before it ran, that might have been a good move. But because it ran right away, holding it longer just to see how high up would probably have been the right move there. Just because it was an instant, because you hit an instant winner. Let's see how hard it goes, because that's how you make the better money, is by holding your winners longer. Same time, we've all held it, come back here and lost everything. Yeah. And at that point, I just want to take my money and leave, which is not always a bad thing, especially when I was up 2-to-1. So essentially, this was a gap and go, strategy. I was just waiting for the go to happen, and then that was it right there. And
did you use the trend lines at all that you've got on the chart there? Do they help?
I did not. I don't. I've just started using those. I have those on there for an entire different strategy. When I was trading these gap strategies, it's just purely price level and sentiment is what you're looking at. You're looking at, okay, what is it doing today? What did everybody who bought yesterday, what are they feeling? So when it gaps up like this, everybody who went long yesterday is happy. So they're either going to take profit or which might pull it down. Everybody who went short yesterday is going to be, not happy and is trying to get out and minimize losses. And so you're trying to figure out which one of those two competing is going to win. And once one of those starts winning, that's when you can hop in and start making money.
Right. And so that green candle after the final third red one is really the sign that the bulls are the profit takers are the happy ones on the gap.
As soon as it hit this one, as soon as it hit this 1, 2, 3, the fourth candle, this first green candle, I took it as a buy sign because it looked like it had stabilized. It had found a bottom. It also gave me a nice clean stop loss because I could set my stop right below that, and it gave me a nice clean profit target, and they happened to be at a good ratio. So sometimes if it, the other one on this kind of stuff is it can, especially these gap and goes, they can do this red candle, and then this green will start right away. We'll start on the second bar. And so this dropping for 20 minutes was actually unusual on the gap and goes. So that's not the norm for this one. It just happened to be the way this particular one worked out.
Cool. Brilliant. Well, look, thank you very much for sharing that trade with us, Aaron. And look, all the best for the future. Now, is there anything you want to say for final words here? I mean, maybe give a plug for your own new business that you've got running.
Well, if you're in the Airbnb market, renting out some stuff, check out goodhostshop.com. We'll sell you mattresses, sheets, blanket, pillows, whatever you need to get your place up and running. That's what we do. It's what I'm doing most of the time when I'm not, learning how to turn that money into more money.
Brilliant. Superb.
You heard my dog in the background wanting to be a part of this.
Superb. All right, mate. Well, look, all the best for the Christmas period, and thank you very much for coming on the show. Now, guys, if you do want to hear the rest of our show, as I mentioned at the start, then head over there to tradingnut.com. There should be a link underneath this video, depending on where you're watching it, or you might even be on the page. All right, guys. Until then, bye.